My team and I chooses the topic of beauty. We chooses the topic of beauty because the beauty has been since the beginning of the human society, and it is cool to see how the beauty has evolved into the modern days. For example, in the past, the beauty was represented in only the women's. Now in the modern days, the beauty represented in women's and men. Yeah, it emphasizes more on women, but it also represented in men. We also chose this topic, the beauty, because in all the cultures of the world, the beauty is represented in a different way. So that it is cool to see the differences of how the beauty is represented in all the cultures of the world. Which my team and I chooses four cultures. We chooses the Korean culture, the Mexican culture, the Spain, and the Indian culture.
The first culture selected is Mexican women aged from 18 to 25 years, and the movie selected was Hija de la Laguna, which is this one. This movie is relevant because it directly talks about the challenges and conventional standards that are often seen in the indigenous woman in Mexico. The protagonist of this movie is a young indigenous woman who experiences a lot of pressure because she is judged by her skin color, by her appearance, and she suffers a lot of discrimination in certain places of Mexico just because of her race. This movie teaches young women to be proud of who they are, for their heritage, their traditions, their skin color, and their physical appearance. In today's culture, some women feel that they are less compared to others because of how they look, of how they are seen in beauty standards, and this movie and this work that was chosen tries to teach exactly the opposite and tries to implement what Mexican culture is all about, to be proud of who they are, of their roots, and to teach that beauty is only a spectrum and that real natural beauty comes from within.
Hello, my name is Rodrigo Leal, and the culture I chose is Indian. The work I chose is a movie from 2017 called Baraili Ki Barfi, and it was created by Ashviri Ia Tiwari. This is a romantic movie that focuses on a girl who finds a book that she thinks is a reflection of her own life. This movie focuses on the beauty of the Indian girl. This movie states that true beauty is being authentic and embracing one's flaws and strengths alike. This movie often offers a perspective in beauty that is rooted in authenticity and self-growth.
Okay, so my selected culture was South Korea, and about its beauty. And my show that I chose is True Beauty. That is a native South Korean show about a high school girl that is very ugly and she's mistreated by her classmates. So that makes her feel inferior. I chose this show because you can see and you can learn about these high standards of beauty that is in the South Korean culture, and that affect every aspect of your life, from your economical status, from who you hang out with, to your networking. You know, your network is your net worth, right? So everything affects your life. Your beauty affects everything in your life. So it's the most common country to have cosmetic surgeries because of these high standards. And also a awful side effect is the high suicide from young individuals that are in their youth.
Hi, my name is Andrea Encalada, and I'm going to conclude our project by addressing the culture of Spain in the topic of beauty between girls of 18 and 25 years old. So the movie that I addressed and I chose was the movie of Las Niñas, which sets in 1990s in Spain, which it's a powerful lens to explore the evolving concept of beauty in its multicultural influences. So during this era, Spain was transitioning from traditional Catholic values into a more globalized influences. So this led to the diverse cultural identity, and it fueled for the democracy, the feminism movements, and the global media began to expand the meaning of beauty in the young generations of that time. And in the movie, the young girls had a perspective because they used to be in a restrictive school. It was a Catholic school which imposed greater rules and more stronger rules towards the religion, and so the film shows how the makeup, like the fashion and in general the global influences challenged the old norms that there were. So yeah, this time it was when the feminism started to rise and empower the younger generations to redefine what is the beauty and breaking the traditional roles of the woman.
In conclusion, my team and I learned a lot about the beauty and the 4 cultures that we choose. We learned that each culture, as I said in the introduction, represents the beauty in a different way. For example, in Korean, the beauty represented is focused on the imperfections of the body. So it is focused more on makeups and plastic surgeries. In India, we see that the beauty is focused more on traditions and religious. So it's a very different kind of beauty than the one of Korea. In Mexican, we see that it's focused on makeup, and that every single time the women are constantly buying new products of makeup. And finally, in Spain, we see that the beauty is more traditional and classic beauty, with the long hair, the brown hair, and the classic clothing. So we can see that the beauty is represented in a different way in each of the 4 cultures. And that is why we choose this topic, and thank you so much for seeing this video.